There comes a time in every man's life when he's left to ponder, when he is left to question whether the society that he is a part of has degraded to a point where he's no longer surprised by the actions of other people. And at this juncture, I'm kind of approaching that point. There was an earthquake that took place in Wales, I think roughly on the 24th or 25th of February. This was an earthquake that, according to the headline, made houses shake, made furniture move, and parrots fall off of perches. Now, admittedly, the earthquake in question was a 4.2 magnitude, which really isn't very damaging and isn't cause for immediate alarm. But when asked what they thought, what they felt about what took place, there was one girl in specific that had something very unique to say. Before we go ahead and jump into this video, I want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. Your guys' support allows for me to continue to push out regular videos like this every other day, and I cannot put into words how much I appreciate it. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch. I stream there every single weekend. Gamer Bethany was playing Sonic Frontiers when the earthquake hit. Bethany Jones said, "I was within range of the earthquake and was doing what any other woman my age does, playing Sonic Frontiers as I wait for Limbus Company to release in a few days. Hashtag Limbus Sweep. I'm sure it is going to be Game of the Year 2023. That is how she opened her statement, her public statement regarding the earthquake, regarding what was going on with the earthquake, what she felt from the earthquake, her overall experience with the earthquake. She actually hashtagged Limbus Sweep. Who does that? When suddenly my house started shaking a little bit too much for a little bit too long. And by that I mean a moderate amount for a few seconds. I felt my room shake. It was scary. And in my tired state, I thought the final boss from Sonic Frontiers had manifested in the real world. However, common sense then hit me and I realized it was just an earthquake." I'm sorry, it isn't bad enough that she opened with, "I'm waiting for Limbus Company to release in a few days, hashtag Limbus Sweep." She then goes on to claim it's gonna be Game of the Year 2023. But then she goes, "I thought the final boss from Sonic Frontiers had manifested in the real world as the earthquake was shaking." You cannot make this up. I'm not even kidding. This girl, she has to be trolling, right? Like, there's no way this is real. Although, given that this is Wales and we don't tend to have earthquakes, a video game boss becoming real seemed more likely. Ultimately, though, I'm all right, and it just gave me a little fright. I think the biggest casualty was my Sonic poster getting knocked off the wall. What Sonic game are we talking though here? Because I mean, there have been some big duds in the past. The poster has returned to its special place above my bed for me to be able to look at Sonic 24/7. Thank you for listening to my experience. An earthquake is happening. This girl, she thinks a boss manifested in the real world from the game she's playing. Then she goes to shout out Limbus Company when addressing her experience. Here is the reaction from a completely different girl as she was doing her eyebrows at the time, experiencing the earthquake firsthand in real time. This was caught on camera apparently 1 minute before the start of her 13th birthday. This person goes on to claim that they thought someone was trying to break into their house. And honestly, the majority of these are fairly normal. They're not over exaggerated. They're not as absurd as this is. The reason I wanted to cover this was because I was just absolutely taken aback. I was genuinely shocked that Wales Online, a news website specifically pertaining to the Wales region, thought that they would include the statement of Gamer Bethany with the headline, "Gamer Bethany was playing Sonic Frontiers when earthquake hit." And that, again, I know I've repeated this on a multitude of occasions so far, but again, that she would shout out a gacha game releasing in just a few days. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, this is one way to get the game additional exposure, and given Limbus Company is launching in just a few days and really doesn't have any kind of marketing whatsoever, it kind of needs all the help it can get. But I guess, what do you think? Like, if there was an earthquake about to happen, what would you do? And more than that, what would your reaction be? Would you shout out a gacha game like, oh yeah, someone just broke into my house and stole all the stuff from downstairs, hashtag Genshin Impact. Oh my god. Now, if Limbus Company is something that you're interested in, then I have a video on screen right now that is totally gonna be up your alley. Alternatively, I also have a list of some absolutely incredible gacha games that are slated to release over the course of 2023 if Limbus Company isn't something that you're interested in.